We're going to take a look at the iHomefinder mobile app and what it does and how to make it work. There are a couple of extra items in the mobile app that you would use when you're on the go, making 5 calls. Most of us are making calls from cell phone these days. And this is just a nice little feature to help us keep track of who we're calling and when we're calling them. We also have a nice feature in here. We always want to try to add and strive to add 3 new leads to our system per day. This will help you actually track that and also to ask for 1 referral. So what we have here is a basic recent activity list. Tap here to see more, and we can go in, and this list will go as long as the account has actually been open. So we're going to go in here and let's just pick Julie Homebuyer from the top of the list here. But before we do that, we want to note that there are some other things down here, metrics, before we get off of the screen. And you can see here is your pipeline. Now, this is a really cool feature that I really liked. I have 2 uncontacted leads in my pipeline. So when I tap on uncontacted, it's going to give me those uncontacted leads, attempted contact, etc. So we want to go ahead and mostly what we're going to be working with is our specific clients here. So let's just go on to see more here. We're going to click on Julie Homebuyer, or tap on Julie Homebuyer, I should say, because she was at the top of the list anyways. So now that we're in the Julie Homebuyer area, this is her actual lead in the system. I would actually refer to this as an account. Now, all of the information that we have here is available currently, but we could add information by tapping on the pencil and adding any specific possible information here. We can also take a look at activities, subscriptions, property organizer, notes, and tasks. We can also note that she is uncontacted. Since we have her phone number, we can text her directly out of the app. We can call her directly out of the app, and we can email her out of the app. Now, one of the great features that I love about this app is when you tap on this text, the text program on your phone is going to open up, but inside of the desktop app, your text conversation is going to be in there. So it's a lot nicer to actually look at the lead inside of the app instead of going through the 500 conversations that you have on your phone and try to find which conversation you actually had with Julie Homebuyer. So let's dive in here a little bit deeper. We're going to talk here about this edit button here. And everything is editable in here. If we want to add an additional email address, just like you can on the desktop system, you can add additional emails, additional phone numbers. Now, Julie is the perfect customer, the idea customer profile, because Julie's not only going to sell her house, but Julie's going to buy a house as well. So we want those items in here, but you have the drop down that you can tap on here, and you have the possibility of renter in here as well. And if Julie decided that she was not going to buy another home, we could actually go ahead and tap on that and uncheck that. But let's just go keep that there for now. We just had a phone call with Julie. And Julie says, I want to be in escrow to sell my house in 30 days. And I want to be in escrow to buy my new house in 25 days. That is what I would consider a hot lead. So we're going to mark her as hot. Now, what I did there by tapping on that, it immediately updated the desktop system and this system as well. And if you're on a team system, and this happens to be a team system that we're on, the admin panel is going to update that this is a hot lead. So it's going to update everywhere in real time, which is one of the perks of the way this app works. We want to put her address in here. We can go ahead and grab address information. For training purposes, we really don't need to do all that. Now, just like in the desktop system, if you put the birthday and the transaction anniversary that we did the last transaction with, she'll get an automated email. That email is part of the email blast tool. It is something that you can customize for the birthday greeting and transaction anniversary. We do these twice a year because we want to stimulate referrals by keeping track of the client and reaching out to them. If you wanted to do anything more than that, you could actually set up a custom campaign to touch all of your clients at certain intervals. Now we're going to go ahead and tap assign to, and this is going to be to agent admin, which is me. So now I am the assigned agent here. And the timeline, we know that Julie wants a 25 and 30-day period, so we're going to go ahead and tap 30 days for the timeline. I just had a conversation with her. Her new mortgage is not pre-approved, but she has talked to her lender. She obviously is a buyer and a seller, and she's working both ends with us. So no, she is not working with another agent. And since she's a customer that we actually sold this current house to, we can consider that yes, we have asked her for a referral. We're going to go ahead and save that. And notice here, this is now marked as hot. We're going to take this and we're going to mark this as nurturing because we just got off the phone with her. Contact information remains the same. We have some new information on the timeline and the mortgage approval and working with another agent, the date added, referral requested, and the tags here. Now we could go in and add a tag here. And we have a bunch of industry standard tags in our system, but you can also just say previous client and add previous client. So now we have a tag here that says previous client, but we also have a custom tag here that we've created as well. So let's go up here and we'll look at the property organizer. And Julie has some saved searches in here that she's currently getting email on. And Julie has no favorites in here. When somebody taps that heart, whether they're on a mobile phone, mobile device, or whether they are on the desktop version at their home computer, quickly tap on that heart and save them later and go back and look at them. It's convenience for them. We can also add a new saved search here as well if we wanted to. Let's just come out of this part of the system. Let's take a look at the notes. We have no notes for Julie. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to say that we made a text. We'll go ahead and just say test there, our text. So now we have that information there. That just seamlessly updated on the desktop system. And again, I'm going to tap the back arrow and we're going to take a look at tasks. Julie doesn't have any tasks, but I just got off the phone with Julie and I know she wants to hear from me in a couple of days. So we're going to go ahead and say phone call. And then the title is going to be test call since we're training. And we'll say training test call. We're going to assign this to admin one, which is me, associated with Julie Home Buyer. And this is going to be a priority. And we are now going to add this in here. This right now is a call. It's going to start at 2:22 p.m. And we don't want this to end in an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that. And we're going to say we want this in the next 3 business days. So now we have a task in the system. And when you log into the desktop, the first screen that you have will have all of these types of tasks that you've set up on there as well. I'm just going to back up here a little bit. And we're going to take a look at the subscriptions that Julie's on. Julie is not currently on a campaign. She's not currently on a market subscription, but because she's on 2 save search email alert activities, that would probably suffice. If she signed up and we wanted to add her to any of these things, we would just simply click on the plus sign there. And we'll take a look at Julie's activity. And these are all the listings that Julie's actually looked at. There's also activity in here if she's opened up an email, if she's opened up a text message from our texting system, etc. Any extra external searches that she's done, they're all going to be logged here as well to give a lot of information. So this is the high overview of the iHomefinder mobile app. If you have any questions, please contact customer success at iHomefinder.com or call us at 866-700-8855. Thanks.